Kennel Block Blues #1, written by Ryan Ferrier, illustrated by Daniel Bayliss, colors by Adam Metcalf. Oliver is a good dog. He's not meant for a hard prison sentence like the Jacksonville Kennel. Yep, every character in this is an anthropomorphic dog or cat, but that's not the weird part. The weird part is that Oliver is, the best way to put it, mentally ill. He's a family dog who's never really had to be like the rest of these dogs, and he copes with that by thinking everything is a cartoon, complete with bright, vibrant colors and singing. But his naivety only gets him into deeper trouble when he delivers a message from the evil cat gang, which causes shanking and a riot, and then the dark hands of the guards take away one of his sort of friends. I'm coming in a bit late to the party on this since I think the final issue of this 4-part miniseries just came out, but better late than never. And while I do try and stay vague on the general recap for the issue I give, this is an issue that needs to be read to be understood. It's pound puppies in the key of Oz if you're tripping on a little bit of LSD. The dark contrast between the real world, or as real of a world as anthropomorphized animals, in a prison setting can really be, meets with the fact that Oliver is indeed your family-friendly, air-quote, dumb dog who does try to paint the world in a bright light, should be annoying in its aesthetic, honestly. We've seen the pounds equal jails parallel before, we've seen the real versus perception idea before, but it takes a great writer to make this as fresh as it comes out in this. I'm a sucker for a good prison drama. I'll admit it probably stems from my love of the women in prison subgenre, but my god does this work so damn well. I've seen some reviews for this saying that it's a parody of the prison drama genre, but I don't think that it's a parody. It is in fact taking the genre and giving it a new perspective. We've had innocent men thrown in prison before, we've seen hardliners as protagonists, but Oliver is a very, very special case. It's not that he's innocent and needs to learn the ropes, it's that he's a lovable, naive dog. Maybe it's because I've always been both a dog person and owned these types of dogs that have been adorably stupid, that the character just works as a lead for me. Yet there's so much more than just that. I mean, you've got other characters in this, like his bunkmate, the guy who teaches him the ropes, sort of. The close-knit evil gang, which I do love, is played by cats. There's been too much cat love in media lately, damn it. I know, not the point. The point is that the writing has all these characters that are there as both parallels to prison tropes, but are characters you can get behind as a whole. Especially with the ending, as we see the ghastly black hands of the guards just reach out and take one of the dogs we've gotten to at least get connected with. Now, that's not necessarily saying that this is Oz Season 1 either. This is definitely a setup issue, as with most first issues I cover, and I should really stop saying that. But while it does set up some relatively standard plot points, I don't think that's the point. It's not a mystery, at least not outright. I mean, Oliver says he's innocent, but we don't really know since he's a bit insane. But it's also not like this ends with him going, let's dig into the sewer pipe. It's not a plot-driven book, is what I mean. It's an experience book. You need to experience it, and you'll see what I mean. Granted, I also think the real experience from this comes from the art direction. Bayliss's art starts us off in the retro 1930s animated style, made even brighter and happier by Metcalf's popping Technicolor style that bounces almost like a 2x4 to the head when the colors turn more muted and the line work becomes dingy and stark. This art and how it can bounce from panel to panel is almost disorienting, but because of that, we get a more understanding look at the mindset of Oliver, and then when pitch black hands appear, it becomes a matter of how many levels of unreality are we as readers actually experiencing. So, the short answer, what's my verdict on this? It's a unique book that has all 4 issues out for it, with one-of-a-kind writing and an art style that makes this a trip from page to page. So ultimately, my answer is, buy it. But this is a special buy it case because every issue is out already. Buy this issue, and then buy the next 3. It won't let you down. And that's all for this episode of First Issues Now. If you agree with me that this was a pretty radical book, or if you thought that it should be put to sleep, leave a comment below. Like the Archivist Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, and pledge to us on Patreon for some exclusive stuff. Don't forget to check out my other channels, ComicSins and A Comic a Day. And as always, stay golden, Inklings!